Hi, thank you and welcome. We appreciate you joining us for another of the ongoing series of Bosch online training videos and webinars. Today, specifically, we're going to be talking about the Greentherm9000 series of tankless water heaters. The Greentherm9000 series was first introduced to the United States in 2018. It replaces our previous series of water heaters that was introduced all the way back in 2007. This heater brings a lot of very fabulous features and benefits, both to the end user consumer as well as to the contractors, and it actually has some benefits for our distribution partners. So we'll address some of those issues for everybody in order to have everyone with a thorough understanding of the features and benefits of the Bosch Greentherm T9000 series. To start with, the series is actually 7 distinct models, including both indoor and outdoor models, and then different capacities and different features and benefits. The base model for the Greentherm T9000 series is the Greentherm T9800. And it is a Greentherm, that is the Bosch brand for tankless water heaters. This basic model includes a lot of great features. It includes a touchscreen HMI. The display is a touchscreen, HMI being human-machine interface. That's how we're actually interacting with the unit, communicating with the unit, if you will. So it has the HMI, which is touchscreen. So what's the advantage to a touchscreen? There's no knobs, there's no buttons, there's nothing to lose, break, or fall off of the unit because it is a touchscreen. And I know many people might say that makes them uncomfortable, the idea that it's a touchscreen. But the reality is, most of us are running around with a touchscreen in our pocket now anyway. So we know that those touchscreens are durable and that they give us great interface capability. So it's a touchscreen HMI. Another great benefit is top connections. So we're going to talk even more about this, but we talk about the top connections. Top connections for what? Top connections we have up here are domestic water in, cold water in, hot water out. Also top connections is our venting, and the basic venting is 2-inch PVC, Schedule 40 non-foam core PVC, CPVC, or polypropylene will be our venting material. So we have the top connections. Very beneficial when we look at those top connections for the domestic water, because as we think about this unit, we're thinking about largely this is going to replace an existing tank water heater. So with an existing tank water heater, we all know where those connections are. They're on the top of the unit. So we brought the connections to the top of the unit to facilitate ease of installation. And I know some of you are very perceptive, and you're noticing that on our connections here that we do not have a union on the water, which certainly we should, but this is a lab environment, and this is put in without those connections. So I apologize for those of you who want to curse or condemn this installation for not having those union connections on the water. So top connections are a really big deal, without a doubt. It'll also operate on a 1/2-inch gas line. There are some parameters for that, but it will run on a 1/2-inch gas line. Another great benefit of this range of products is it has the ability to control domestic recirculation. Now that said, there's no pump associated with the unit, so in order to control domestic recirculation externally, and the contractor, we're going to do, in the field, we're going to do a field-installed external pump to do that domestic recirculation capability. And we can talk more a little bit about domestic recirculation later on, but the idea for domestic recirculation primarily is that it drives comfort because it keeps hot water closer to the taps at all times, or additionally that it saves water by not having to run water down the drain, waiting for hot water to arrive to the unit. So we have the domestic recirculation capability. Another great capability of this unit, and again it's optional, so this is optional, it's an option. Another great option is Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi control. So we have the ability, if we need it, want it, to actually operate this unit with Wi-Fi via your phone or via a tablet. So if you want remote control access to the unit, we can certainly bring that functionality via Wi-Fi. And that is another option. It's a very, very favored, very valuable option for this unit. What else do we bring? We also bring in, and this is built into the unit, service ports. So down here at the bottom, we have 2 other brass fittings, And these are going to be the service ports. So for maintenance or for draining or descaling of the unit, we have these ports built into the bottom of the unit. So if you're familiar with tankless water heaters, I know one thing that you're always going to put on your installation for that long-term durability, that you're going to put on your boiler-type drain valves. Just about every brass manufacturer makes them. A lot of you might really commonly think of them as being a Webstone brand, but every brass manufacturer, I think, at this point in time makes them. But that's a classic name for that product. We don't need it with this product. It's built into the unit. That capability, that functionality is there. Again, for that long-term durability of the unit, we have that capability built in and ready to go. So in the T9800, there are the 160, 160,000 BTUs. And then there's the 199, 199,000 BTUs. So the Greentherm T9800, two separate units, different size heat exchangers, different size burners, 160,000 BTUs, 199,000 BTUs, the first two of our very basic models of the Greentherm T9800. Add one more nomenclature here for us. It is SE, T9800 SE, 160 or 199. First two. The next model that comes into play, and unfortunately I don't have an example here to show you, is the T9800 SEO. What's O stand for in this designation? The O tells us that it's designed and designated for outdoor installation. So now there is no venting considerations. All the connections are on the bottom. The cold water comes in the bottom, hot water comes out the bottom, and all of those connections are there. No concerns for venting because it's venting directly from the unit. So T9800 SEO, that's the next product that we'll talk about. Functionally, how much hot water does it make? It makes the same amount of hot water as the 9800 indoor unit for the same given BTUs. It just has that nice functionality of saying, hey, if you're in a warm enough climate and you can put the unit outside and not have to do all the piping and the venting inside, you just take your cold water out, bring your hot water back into the house and your gas line to the unit. It simplifies the installation in many, many cases. Again, it's relatively a warm weather type product. Then next, we'll talk about, let's take the O away, and we'll take the 8 away. Now we're going to talk about the T9900. Love dry erase boards. T9900 SE. And what happens with the T9900 SE? It does all the same things as the 9800, but it is now built in, and it's no longer an option. So now that functionality, again, for that comfort, that water savings, any of the reasons why you might want to have domestic recirculation, that's built in to the T9900 SE. So now that gets us up to, it's also available 160,000 BTUs or 199,000 BTUs. So with that, we have the capability to say, hey, now we have 6 different Greentherms. We have the T9800 SE, the T9800 SEO, 160, 199,000 BTUs, the T9900 SE, 160 or 199, and then we go to our top of the line for this range of products, and that would be the T9900 ISE. What that brings to play now is, it's a 9900, it has built-in domestic recirculation. The Wi-Fi control capability is built into the unit. It's no longer an option. It's included and built into the unit. And it also does something else that's really kind of a nice effect. The HMI, the display, is on an all-glass front cover. And with this model, it is only available at 199,000 BTUs. So that's the range of the 7 products that make up the Greentherm9000 series: T9800 SE, T9800 SEO, T9900 SE, and T9900 ISE. That's the range of products and the different features and the different benefits that each one of those products brings into play as we look at them.